Hey, hello, good morning. Got my sidekick here. This is Grace. Grace. I'm Mike, Grace's dad. Today, we're reading the daily newspapers. New York Times. Right, Grace? And the Philadelphia Inquirer. Yes, today's New York Times. Today's Philadelphia Inquirer. You want to go through this with me? Right, so typically what Grace and I have done prior to this channel is we would read the paper together. Now, Grace is nonverbal, but she tends to eat her hands. It's kind of one of the symptoms of the condition. But she likes to, as far as I can tell, she likes to read the paper. She likes me to read the paper to her. So I'm gonna like a little guest, as we go through each section. Start with the. Let's get right to it. Start with the Inquirer's front page here, where we see above the fold, Grace, the hospital is being stretched thin. Let's read. And the count goes on in the Georgia runoffs. Right? Let me clean that up for you, okay? I should get a little kerchief, but the top of your shirt's going to have to do. All right, let's start flipping, okay? Let's get the flip on. See what we got. We got to get you to school by 8:15, so we'll get you on the bus. Because you had your first bus ride on Monday, so now it's going to be your third bus ride. Scary times. I weep for my country, in quotes. Maria Panaritis. This was like almost like an opinion piece. The planned spectacle, right, Grace? The planned spectacle Wednesday by fevered congressional Republicans to overturn President-elect Joe Biden's electoral victory is not mere political fear. It is a low point in American history. What comes next, the dangers warned about in a Pennsylvania voting line last year, is the stuff of national nightmares. I feel like I get that we have to cover this. Trump's, protest essentially of the election results and his efforts to turn it around, but I just don't feel like hearing about it anymore. Truly. What do you think, Grace? Do you feel like hearing about it anymore? I mean, I don't. Just keep going then. Mm-hmm. 1 million vaccinations a day, realistic, according to Fauci. After a slow start, the program's glitches have been resolved, said infectious diseases chief. The U.S. could soon be giving at least 1 million COVID-19 vaccinations a day, despite the sluggish start, infectious diseases expert Anthony Fauci said Tuesday, even as he warned of a dangerous next few weeks as the coronavirus surges. Here's a couple charts here of vaccinations. Pace of PA vaccination struggles to keep up with new case growth. Right, Grace? So here's a line graph. That's what they call a line graph. Looks like there were total doses sent to Philly by January 10th were only 92,425, which is a little low. New cases over that same period of time, 173, 239. Coronavirus. It's just dominating the news. I mean, who would have thought a pandemic takes so much attention? Makes kind of sense, obviously. CDC reports a worst ever OD death toll, Grace. 12 months between May 2019 and May 2020 saw 81,230 Americans die. Right, honey? Sad. Between May 2019 and May 2020, 81,230 Americans died of drug overdoses. Highest number of drug deaths ever recorded in a 12-month span, the CDC reported. After a drop in 2018, overdoses began increasing again in 2019 before the COVID-19 pandemic. Don't use drugs. That's my message. Just interject that. In an advisory published last month, yeah. But the early data show that spike has accelerated during the pandemic, with the largest overdose increases taking between March and May, when the first lockdowns began. Dilworth CEO steps down for new plan. He's a high-flying attorney, according to the business section here. Quote-unquote high-flying attorney who has positioned himself as a venture capitalist, media pundit, and publisher stepped down from his position as top dog at Dilworth just before Christmas. He has bigger aspirations. Ajay Raju, good luck with your bigger aspirations, but I don't really care. Do you care so much about Dilworth CEO stepping down? Yeah. That's my fault. Amazon uses selfies to create custom t-shirts. Photos taken with smartphones and special cameras are a growing source of information for fitness programs, fashion companies, and more. For the second time in a month, Amazon has launched a product that needs photos of your body. It says it's using them to help you become more attractive, not to amass compromising photos of you in various states of undress. The first was the Halo Fitness app, which requires you to strip down to your underwear for a 360-degree body scan to determine your body fat percentage. The idea was to help you work toward a better body. The app did not do a good job of explaining how. The latest is somewhat less invasive. Made for You is a new Amazon service that snaps a front and side photo in form-fitting but body-covering clothes to produce a custom-fitted t-shirt. The reason, according to Amazon, is to remove the cumbersome step of selecting a size. Like I just went and got this as a medium, right? Seems to fit fine. Not sure I really need to have some app measure my body to get a t-shirt. But, I mean, if you want it to fit as well as it fits the model in this picture, I mean, I guess you have to do a full body scan. Who wants their t-shirt to be a little bit large in the sleeves, Grace? I mean, no one. Or have that droopy neck, like that commercial. We've seen that commercial where, like, the guy goes on a date and his, like, V-neck is, like, all, like, totally, like, out of whack. And it's somehow, like, supposed to be that's how he would actually leave the house. Like, he wouldn't notice that the V-neck's all wrinkled and ripped apart and, like, just saggy until he, like, sat down at dinner with his date. You look comfortable, I believe is what she says. And he's like, oh, well, I didn't have no clue. And my V-neck was so low. Like, come on, man. You didn't feel a draft down your chest? All right, let's look at who wrote some letters today. We got Jen Slater, Huntington Valley, tainted Girl Scout cookies regarding the horrendous child exploitation and the harvesting of palm kernels in Indonesia to make palm oil for Girl Scout cookies and other popular brands consumed in the U.S. We got Jerry Jivnish, Philly. Sportsmanship and Politics, Rich Goldberg, Warminster. We got Bill Damakiko from Hamilton, and then Thomas LaPera, Vice President of the Norristown Council. There's somebody calling here for a statue to honor Dick Allen, former Philadelphia Philly. We got Erosion of Democracy, an lead editorial. PA Republicans have undermined faith in the voting process. I don't know. I mean, I don't really see anything here I want to read. Maybe we'll read this one. Sportsmanship and Politics by Rick Goldberg. As a kid who grew up playing sports on the streets and playgrounds of Philadelphia, I learned at a young age that no matter how rough things got during the game, when it ended, we always shook hands and congratulated the winning team. We were taught to expect that type of sportsmanship at all levels of competition, including Little League, high school, college, and professional. Compare that to the behavior of the President of the United States. Oh, here we go. I don't really, again, whoa. I don't really feel like getting into that right now with the president. You know, something I don't really feel like getting into. Grammys delayed over virus surge. Looks like I missed this little section here in the front section, so let me just revisit here, right, Grace? Let me just revisit that. Whoa! No, I didn't miss it. I just kind of got buried. It kind of got buried in the mix. Whoa. Yeah. All right. Let's read this one now. I gotta take a pause.